Once again, not your motherfucking friend, Mr. Ricky with the sticky, man. You know what I'm talking about? Come fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? Just another nigga coming to the internet with an organized mind and another opinion that may contain some facts, that may contain some literature, that may contain some whatever it need to contain, man, so it can soak on the nigga brain. You understand, man? Nigga ain't no lame, so you gotta understand this game that I'm spitting is very different. But it's not hard to be understood. And there's no need for any translation because I'm gonna put it in layman's terms and put it in the words that's best needed so that we can all understand. For I am the oracle. I am the great communicator. I am the one to bind the nations. I am the one to mend all the hearts. And I am the one to help all lost be found and found their way. Like I was saying, man, after that short introduction, be quiet. I'm on the phone. I'm on TV. Be quiet, okay? Sit. Sit. Like I was saying, uh, I think one of the biggest problems that we have right now, and like I said, this is my opinion. I think one of the biggest problems we have right now is, well, first of all, I did say one, so I'm gonna give you a few. One of the biggest problems we're still having is communication. You know what I'm saying? We still failing to communicate. We hear each other. We proclaim that we understand each other. But how sway when we're still constantly spending years on a discussion that started on social media, 3 years ago, about 50-50. The Cheesecake Factory shit, that was 2023. Uh, we still on, uh, just a lot of shit that don't make sense. We still on roles and titles and all this shit now, you know what I'm saying? And let us tell it we're trying to go into the future. But how can we go into the future when we're still on past tense shit, when we still in resentment, when we still yet to have agreed on how to run our individual lives and our individual households. Yet we want to come to society and ask society as a collective, how should we run our households as if we are mature yet, as if we are evolved beings, of light and darkness, as if individuation is not the goal. It's not what we're working toward. It's not what maturity is. It's not what we're evolving to become. It's not what we're growing. It's not what we're growing up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't growing up to get into individuality. Like, we ain't growing up to be our own person. Why are we still strangers to ourselves? And why are we still strangers in our home? Why are we still feeling like we need validation, that we need to be doing it the right way that they saying do it, the right way that it's been said to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, the right way was only invented and created because at that time the idealist that thought that since it was working for him that it was the right way, he would make it into a known fact and make it into something that everybody else wants to model so that they can feel like they too are doing it the right way. And people still ain't realize that just because it worked for that person and people like him don't mean it was for everybody as a collective. So it's not going to work for this person over here. So why should this person waste their entire life trying to implement You know what I'm saying? They trying to implement and apply and really trying to make something work that's not for them. It's not for them. It's not for their kind. It doesn't go with their nature. You know what I'm saying? People got to understand we all are nature, but we all have our individual nature. You know, some of our natures are going to be matches. So we're going to have this group, then we're going to have this group, then we're going to have this group. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't change that, but that's what make us unique. You know what I'm saying? But the whole key is making all those natures, like the elements that make up Earth, come into, uh, my mind want to say congruence, but I don't know even what the fuck they mean. But it want us to come into, we gotta figure out how to make the same way the elements of the earth are. We gotta know how to make all of our different natures come together and become one, as like we are a replication of nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta be able to take all these kinds, you know what I'm saying, these archetypes, and be able to make all them work together. You know what I'm saying? So that we have some type of peace, mutual understanding, just respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? Respect is what keeps the peace. You know, I think a lot of people don't even realize that yet. We gotta respect in order to have some peace, and we ain't gonna have no peace uh, out here. We don't respect ourselves individually. You know, the respect gotta start inward first before you can be, outside of yourself respecting something that's gonna be like stupid. It'll be a contradiction in saying that I respect all things and this, that, and the third, but you don't respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because of how you're judging yourself due to the fact of you not meeting, you know what I'm saying, the standards. You know what I'm saying, that has been set for you, and not the ones that you set for yourself. So my thing is, what I'm getting to is, we gotta understand is one, that we all gonna have our different opinions. We all gonna have our different feelings, because we all got our different perspectives and our different perceptions. It's not meant for us to continue to argue about who's got the right mindset and who got the wrong mindset. There's no right and wrong when it comes to mindset. Mine is just set. You know what I'm saying? It's the right or the wrong mindset for you, because that doesn't go with your nature. That's not how you're set up. That's not your path. So yes, it's the wrong mindset for you, but you can't tell the next person that it's the wrong mindset for them to have, because they're not on the same path as you. Obviously, because if they were, then you guys will have like minds. So as I said, you know what I'm saying? And they could be on the same path as you, but like I said, you could be ahead or you can be behind. The way I think, the way I see it, and the way my eye is to this shit is, I don't see me as being ahead and the next person is being behind, or me being above them and they being beneath me. You know what I'm saying? Like deep down to the core, I don't think like that. I don't. That ain't how I'm operating, because I understand that I don't really see it as us being, a forward ahead. I see it as like polarizing. You know what I'm saying? You going where I was just at, and then I'm going where you was just at. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, if we both here right now, and we both can at least interpret what we're saying, you know what I'm saying? It got to be that I'm heading to where you came from, and you're heading into where I came from, because this usually how everything happens when life begins to evolve and transform. So it's kind of like you meet you meeting the universe. We are the universe, so it's like the universe comes in alignment and tells this specific part of it, this energy that's within it. You're going here, and this universe uses us all as messengers. So we got to see ourselves as bigger than just what our ego, you know what I'm saying, wants to say what's right or wrong, or what our personal beliefs and shit is, because we all gonna have our different beliefs. We all gonna have our different everything, bro. We gonna have our different philosophies. We gonna have some that's kind of like-minded, that's kind of similar. We gonna have our own thing, but the reason why we can't get to that point to even understand what I'm saying now is because we're still doing the same thing, trying to come up with one way, and we're trying to make it complex when it's very simple. You know what I'm saying? Because we still want to bring our religion into it. We still want to bring our politics into it. We still want to bring our emotions into it. You know what I'm saying? We need all of it, but we don't need it the way that you're going about it, because it's not a system thing. It's not a system thing. So we're trying to create a system when it's not a system thing. It's a universal thing. It's a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? It's within a system, but it's not that particular system that you're trying to create. You know what I'm saying? It can't be something that was created by man. Cultures were created by man. What we're talking about here was not created by man, so therefore man cannot create something in a sense of making it work in full effect, because even with cultures, there's still failure within it. You know what I'm saying? It's still more division within cultures than it is unity. So that's why I say, with this right here, this is going to have to be something people get from a more spiritual place, a more, inward place, because we can't give something that we don't give others. You understand me? So it's like, this is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. We have to see this in this type of stance, and we have to stop looking outside of ourselves and waiting for other people to do it, so we can do it. That's human nature. We want to create it outside of ourselves, and we want good people to be the demonstrators, because we're good at mirroring, we're good at emulating, we're good at imitating, influence. But we don't understand this right here. What we're asking for have to be, it's got to be something that starts within you, and it already did with just the idea, the thought. But it got to be something that you put some thought into and some action. And you're gonna do majority of these thoughts and actions in solitude. You build in silence. You know what I'm saying? The ancient ones say we build in silence. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, gotta understand, man. It's something that gotta start with you first. You feel me? A lot of us can't communicate with others because we don't have a good communication with ourselves, with our higher selves, with God, whatever you want to call it. The universe, the mother, the father, whatever you want to call it. You feel me? If you don't believe, it's cool, but you still got to have communication, great communication within, though, with your inner self. So it's like, man, listen, we can't bring these things into this equation of the past. We're in a new age. So we have to do something new. And we gotta be excited about doing it. We gotta be happy to be alive before the great transformation happens. We gotta be excited about it, man. We gotta be driven. We have to be very motivated. You know what I'm saying? Before the results even start, to be able to even see some. And it starts with yourself first. You know what I'm saying? What you give uh, is what you produce. You know what I'm saying? And you get back what you produce. So understand, if you want the abundance, you know, if we want the abundance, because I know both sides, we all want the abundance. We all want our slice of the pie. We all want our rewards. We all want our justice. We all want whatever we whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? Both of us want it. That's why we gotta learn how to polarize, and that's why we gotta learn how to work together so we both can get it and find a way to keep the balance. We ain't gonna create a place where adversity stops. You know, people say we do this